welcome back to Knowledge is Key. I'm your host, Kei Renee, and over here is Disco. I'm going to, in advance, say I apologize for all of the clicketing, clacketing that my beads are going to cause in this episode because I can already tell they're going to be doing a lot today. But I hope everyone's doing well. How y'all doing out there? Thank you guys for tuning back in with us. I ain't gonna hold y'all. We're not gonna hold y'all. We are exhausted today, y'all. Yes, it is 10 p.m. This show comes out in 2 hours, and we have been on the move all week. Ironically enough, working on projects for the same company.
I know, isn't that funny?
With two totally different projects that we can't talk about, but. That was I think that's pretty, what do you call that? Synergy.
It is synergy. It is synergy. I realized that it's been a lot of that. Because even the show that I worked on, I told you AP was out there.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
So I just got back from Atlanta.
Okay.
2 weeks in Atlanta, shooting a show out there. And when I was out there, AP is promoting a concert.
Oh, the Invest Fest?
Not Invest Fest.
Oh,
it was
that's this coming week.
It was called Fall in Love with R&B or something like that. It was with Mario, Monica, DC Young Fly.
Okay.
Who else? Alga Salsina. It was a couple people.
Maybe.
But it was fun. AP was out there. He was putting that on. Yo, pull up.
I mean, it's literally even when you was telling me that you was going to go work on the project that you were working on in Atlanta. I was not even supposed to fucking be here right now. But no, I've been excited. I feel like it's cool that we are kind of working in different realms. I'm brought on as a producer. You're brought on as a producer on your side. But it's literally two different worlds.
Two completely different worlds.
Two different contracts, y'all, but we contracted. But we are here with y'all today, and we are both back in town. And next week, please know there probably will not be an episode next week. We'll just probably do a replay, only because I'm leaving to now go work on location. And I won't be back until next Friday. So if anything, maybe Saturday we'll come in and get it cracking. But it's okay. There's 26 episodes for you guys to enjoy. So please just go and grab one of those.
I can take over.
Or just honestly, you
and
should.
Then I should, yeah.
I would love to see you host one of these by yourself.
Yeah, but my show is gonna be completely
different. Are you
different
gonna do it?
No.
You should do it.
No.
Have a guest, Shanae.
Shanae?
Yeah.
Have her host Shanae.
Because she said she'll come next week.
Shanae is not coming on with us.
Yes, she will. Yeah, I'm gonna tell her. Okay, so never mind. Next week, Disco is gonna host the show.
Possibly, maybe
host the show by himself. You just gotta get me the thing, and then I'll put it together. But yeah, okay. So look, we got a second option. That's called pivoting for your business. So today, what we wanted to talk about was falseness, and also just basically, I was watching the Social Proof podcast. Shout out to what is his name, David Shands, and his podcast. And there was a clip that he was playing where it was one of his friends, a young lady. She had businesses, and she had her business for 12 years. Or she didn't have one business, but she kept trying to start different businesses over the course of 12 years. And over those 12 years, the businesses all failed. But then her last business that she attempted to do was a business consulting firm where she would go and consult small businesses on how to grow and scale their business. But that one failed too.
The only thing that I have to say to that is the audacity. The audacity for her to be everything I've done failed. But let me tell you how to do your.
But you know what's weird? Because she was well, that's the only thing I've ever been good at was the business side. And it's just okay, maybe she's saying she's always been really good at the structuring, back end, bookkeeping, that type of shit, but she never was probably really good at like generating the income. And because those are two separate things.
Nah, that's why I always laugh at people. I genuinely laugh at people because people be like, "Oh, I'm going to start a business and all of that stuff," and they think that shit is making money. Go ahead, like you said, structuring a business is cool. Go for it. Getting out there and really touching money, touching paper, and having income come in, completely different game. Yeah, that's why this shit is a teamwork effort because everyone can't do everything, right? And it's just like I feel like sometimes, like in business, and that was one of her downfalls. I wonder, and I would love to like get her on this show. She's in Atlanta, so we could probably phone her in or something. But it's like, I want to know why your businesses were failing. Was it that you were never like expanding and outsourcing and building a team, and like were you trying to do this all by yourself? Did you not maybe realize what your downfalls were, and instead of trying to like find someone who was the strength of that, you tried to become the strength of something that you just weren't? I could possibly, if through minor process of elimination, tell you exactly why her businesses failed.
Okay, what?
She had 12 businesses.
No, she didn't have 12 at one time. She said that she never kept on. She never held on to
That's
one.
my point. You know what I mean? What she didn't know what the fuck she wanted to do. It sounded like she was just throwing, putty in the dark.
And I'm going to throw the clip right here. So we're going to take a brief second and like, I'll pause the clip. But the clip's going to be on there so you guys can at least see what we're talking about and hear what we're talking about. But yeah, like that might be a thing too, because you ain't going to hold you like, whenever like I be sitting back and evaluating like all of my friends who do business and stuff, I feel like all of my friends who have consistently focused on one thing for years are the ones who are the most successful. And I think like when you start something and you give it like 6 months, and if it doesn't flourish, you just stop and move on to the next thing. It's like you're actually slowing your own self down, because now you got to start from ground zero again. You have to build a new following. You have to, it's like the momentum that you even were going, even if your momentum was 2 people viewing it, it's 2 more people than what you're about to have to do when you start all over, especially if you go into like a whole different lane or genre, like, so it's like, that's definitely like a downfall. I mean, I used to mess around and like keep like not doing stuff, or like trying to like hop to the next, to the next, to the next. But
well, then, I mean, I think that there's it's a 2-way thing, right? It's like you got to have something that you love, and that thing that you love, you keep digging at that forever. But then maybe, you want to come over here and start a t-shirt business and see and play around with that. And if you hop from there, that's one thing. But if you don't have any foundation and something that you actually want to do or like to do, and you just moving around, you as good as a goddamn baby swimming in a shark full of water. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I think like it poor girl. Poor girl. Like it just sucks sometimes too, because I think people like their capacity for going on with something is like super short nowadays. Like they don't want to give 5 years to a brand. Like, it's like, I know people who literally have been going hard for their business, the same business. And within that same business, they have pivoted to things that's like, okay, this isn't working. Let's pivot within the same business to what the industry is leaning towards. Like, like those I think are like the smarter people. Like I know there's this production company during the pandemic, and even for myself, like during the pandemic, instead of doing events, because of course there were no events, you couldn't produce events anymore, their production company pivoted to producing vaccine centers and helping hospitals produce vaccine rallies and the little events and things that they would do to get more people to sign up to get vaccines. And that was like a pivot of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just
but you could, but again, whoever that person is, they like something, which is events. Yeah. They want to put on some sort of gathering or some sort of camaraderie type of thing, and they continued that route, and they found an avenue within that route.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, I feel like that's like even like what, like I like even for my businesses and stuff too. Like even though I like started out with a blog, I then pivoted to events to generate income to fund the blog, but then was like, oh shit, I really like doing these events. And now here I am, like 10 years later, still with a production company that produces events, but now it's evolved into experiential marketing, where it's like the events are, it's not just a regular event. I'm a super creative person, so now I'm like, wait a minute, I can put on events and create something that someone has a memory of with their children in 20 years. Yay! But no, I do wonder what her first. I wonder what her first 5 businesses were. If you could take a stab at it, what was her first 5? Her last one was business consulting. That's a lot of businesses, and she was young. She's only 32.
32. Mm-hmm. She had a lot of businesses.
12.
She had 12. Okay.
I believe 12.
I'm going to say.
Maybe it wasn't 12. Maybe it was 12 years, and she said maybe it was 5 or 6 businesses over 12 years. Maybe that. Mm-hmm. I knew the 12 came from the years. I'm misquoting me probably, because that sounds ridiculous. It maybe was 5 or 6 businesses over 12 years.
Wow. Management was definitely one. She definitely was like had a management business, because it sounded like that's who she was. It sounded like she was the type of person who, like you said, if she knew here we are. Hey, girly, I just want to say we look at us jumping to conclusions about you and who you are and what you do out there.
Based off of a 15-second clip.
Off of a clip. You know, I just want to acknowledge that. I acknowledge what we're doing right now.
Oh wow, she put it out there.
Word. Right. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see the clip, so I gotta watch the clip. I gotta see who she is.
You want me to play for you?
Sure.
Okay. He called her a fraud. We're gonna pause it for 2 seconds so that
he called her a fraud.
They're friends though.
Well, he knew.
Yeah.
He knew. You know when your friends are fraud.
Okay, I'm gonna play it for you, and then we'll pretend like you.
Business and media consulting. Was that your first business?
Oh no. I've done.
So you've been an entrepreneur for a long time. You tried a bunch of stuff, and you finally just quit.
I didn't quit. I went on hiatus. You helped me with my language.
She quit, yes?
I went on hiatus.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
32. How old were you when your first business started?
Maybe 20, about 20 years old.
So about 12 years of failed businesses, you finally decided to give it up.
No.
You have. You proudly told me that you're not an entrepreneur.
I mean, yeah, I did. But you helped me with my language. But
the reality is the reality.
You're right.
You tried this entrepreneurship thing for 12 years, and you said, I'm not doing this anymore. I quit.
I quit being inconsistent. I quit being, at some point, you got to stop just trying things and pick one and take it serious. And so that's where I'm at.
And finally, out of all these failed attempts, you decided to start consulting businesses.
Business and media consulting,
which is crazy to me.
It's crazy, but I have a lot more experience in that area than almost anything in my life.
But not succeeding at it.
Not succeeding at things in the financial aspect, possibly.
You don't think that makes you a fraud?
Oh.
Well, now that you have seen the clip, do you feel like you judged her?
Yeah, I'm gonna judge her harder now.
Oh.
Yeah, because she said that she didn't want to be inconsistent or she was getting away with it. I respect that, but that doesn't sound like an entrepreneur.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I've
never known any entrepreneur that said, I'm going to stop being an entrepreneur because it's too inconsistent.
Yeah, that's the whole fucking thing.
That's what entrepreneurship is. Like, that's what independency is. you figure out how to make it consistent, but it will not at all times be consistent. You will never be like this in business. You will never be like this in life. There's no consistency in even life. So why would you even expect for there to be consistency in entrepreneurship when you don't even know how the world can affect your business? Like, you don't know what can happen tomorrow that could affect your business, that can make your revenue stream dip, and then you don't know what can happen that's going to boost it right back up.
I mean, again, that's just the lifestyle of it all. Like shit, nobody wakes me up in the morning and tell me you got to go work. Exactly. Nobody tells me like, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. There's no part. That shit is me waking up every day trying to figure some shit out. You know what I mean? And when you get, when you start to figure some things out, you kind of roll with that. But that shit is not, it's not like somebody is just like, your schedule is like this every single day, and every single day you do the same thing every single day, and every day you're going to get like, nah.
And honestly, I think like this whole like, we are all entrepreneur thing has to get like kind of clarified too, because I always feel like everyone wants to be an entrepreneur and everyone wants to claim entrepreneurship, but everyone ain't entrepreneurs. If you can have a side hustle, but that doesn't make you an entrepreneur. So I think that we need to learn how to clarify part-time entrepreneur, full-time entrepreneur. Because full-time entrepreneurship is a whole different ballgame than having a 9-to-5 and having a business on the side. Like, there's a different sense of security that you have. There's a different sense of hustle, because you're not really hustling to make ends meet. You're just hustling to establish this thing that you want. And then when you do leave your job to become a full-time entrepreneur, you be like, oh, wow, this is different. Like, then you realize the pressure of, oh, snap, if I don't perform, I don't make any money. Like, I don't have anything to fall back on. Like, you know?
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I was just talking to a mentee about that. They wanted to pursue something else. You know, they got some finances or whatever, and they wanted to pursue something else. So they came to me and was like, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that, whatever, right? And it's so funny because I'm like, that shit sounds good. It sounds good, but are you ready to put in the work that it takes to do this? Do you not realize that the budget you got, by the time you get this far into it, you're already kind of in the yellow, and now it better start making money, but you're not probably gonna make money until about 3 months down the road. And it's like, those are the things that you gotta take in consideration when you even starting a business. It's just like, there is no sort of safety net to it. And to be an entrepreneur is really just throwing yourself out there full time
every day,
like
swimming, with like sometimes not even knowing where the next boat is. You just in the middle of the ocean, and sometimes when you look around, it's just you out there by yourself. Sometimes when you look around, it's your resources, which on a life rack. Sometimes you look around, it's your team back there that's pulling you up. Sometimes the fish will pull up so you can eat, and sometimes the fish will pull up and eat you. Like, you know, it's like, it is definitely, it's not for the faint of heart, but I think that those who do choose to go into entrepreneurship, you're going to wake up. I mean, I'm going to tell you one thing. I wake up every single morning happy. Even if I, didn't figure it out. I wake up every morning happy. I wake up every morning. The first thing that I do when I wake up is I literally thank God for waking me up every day. And I thank God for my blessings. I thank God for my struggles. I thank God for everything. And literally, before I even rise up out the bed, before I even open up my eyes, once I'm conscious and awake, like, oh, I think I'm awake. All right, thank you, God, for waking me up, and thank you for all my blessings. All right, now I'm going to get up. Like, I be happy.
I am too.
Like, through it all, because it's like, when I chose it, well, I feel like this life chose me. I don't really think I chose this life. I really do think the life chose me. And I'm grateful because I am 33. I get to wake up when I feel like it. I literally let my body wake me up every day. And then I'm motivated enough every day to just get things done. Like, no one has to tell me to get it done. No one told me to come and, film today, and no one's gonna force me to edit this once we're done to get it out by midnight. I'm just gonna do it, because I just love doing this stuff.
Yeah, I think that. Well, first off, like you, I didn't expect to be here. I thought that I was gonna be like some suit doing marketing for some company or something like that. For real, I was dead set on the 9 to 5.
Yeah, I feel like when I first met you, you were really quiet when I first met you too, and I think you were like, that's when you were like finishing the real estate stuff. Oh
yeah. I mean, I'm still quiet to people. It just depends.
You know what's so funny too? Back when I was like, working with your dad, I feel like he's like, DeMar, my son ain't gonna do. He ain't gonna get. He just start business, stop him. I don't even know if he gonna do. I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know what he's gonna do. And I used to be like, I don't know what DeMar's gonna do either. He was like, I don't know. And here you are today, doing all the things he wasn't sure of what you was gonna do.
I just never told him.
Yeah,
that was it. I had a plan. I've had many successes. I stopped businesses because it was like, nigga, this shit is not about to consume my life. Because I didn't like it. Yeah, the t-shirt business.
Oh yes, I did a t-shirt business. We both. I have all the equipment still in the crib. Like
I sold all mine, but I was booming though. I was booming.
Yeah, you was like. Deek, deek.
I was booming, but that shit took my life, and I was just like, I had a moment where I was just like, yo, is my life gonna be goddamn making t-shirts? Nah. Then I stopped. Fuckboy.
Shut up. You guys, this is what I deal with, even off camera.
Hey,
Where do you come up with this? You're not even a fuckboy.
I know. That's the best part. They don't know that.
Oh my gosh. In your alternative life in your head, you are though.
That's the funny thing. Legit, that's exactly what it is.
I feel like you say this stuff because you want to believe it so bad.
I know.
He is literally the sweetest thing, y'all. Like,
yeah, that'd be the funny thing.
Just hikes and like shoots his gun out in the woods and stuff, like in disco balls. Who knows,
just
though?
Be out there.
Who knows, though? But I think, like, the moral to the story with everything is honestly, like, even for, like, the young lady, like, yeah, like, it literally doesn't make no sense. And I definitely agree. Like, that's definitely some fraud stuff. And there's definitely a lot of people out here who do, I mean, and you know what, I'm going to say there's catch-22 to that, too, right? Because there are some people who just are not good at the financial side of growing the business financially. But they are really good at everything else when it comes to the business, And they're really good at coming up with the idea. They're probably really good at coming up with the entire back end. They can probably literally come up with ideas, but they're just not executors. And that's probably all her issue is that her execution was not tip top, because if her execution was a little bit more on par, she could have been able to figure out a strategic way to generate income and also strategically align herself with partnerships, grants, funding, intern, whatever she had to do to generate income.
I don't think. I'm sorry, based off of her and just me looking at her, which really sucks to judge off of. I don't think that was her problem. She just didn't look like a doer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she didn't look like a doer. She looked like somebody who would start something, put something together, and then be like, oh, why is this not working? Because you're not doing it. You put a business plan together. And that's not enough to. Yeah, it ain't. To do. Like you have to do it in order to reap any type of benefits from your business plan. That's the whole point of it all.
Y'all let me know what y'all think, honestly, because I mean we played the clip for you, so you got to hear the clip. So let us know what y'all think, because I think there's definitely a difference out here, and you can also tell in her demeanor, she ain't really she was more happy to be over it than she was to get I don't even probably seen her getting back into business for a minute. She was probably exhausted, you know, too. Like at the end of the day, because sometimes entrepreneurship can be very exhausting. But one thing about it is you don't quit. You don't give up. You don't quit, because I'm gonna let you know right now. The day you give up and quit was the day of your breakthrough. You know, you literally were just about to break through the moment you quit, because I feel like that's a pressure build, right? And your pressure build is on, like, you built up all this pressure. When the pressure explodes, to me, that's a gift. Like,
right.
You know, and don't do all this to build up all the pressure and not wait for it to burst.
Yeah.
You know, they don't miss it. Like, and I feel like she may have missed her burst by giving up.
You never know.
Yeah.
That's the part about it. You never know. You never
know.
You never know that investor that you were gonna meet. You never know that client that was gonna boost you all the way up. You never know that video guy who's gonna create the greatest video ever to make you go viral. And
that clip from Knowledge is Key that's about to turn it all the way up. Like, you just never know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so you know, kudos to her for honestly also recognizing that she needed to quit for herself. Because I think sometimes people try so hard to be something that they're not. And there are a lot of entrepreneurs out here who are like depressed in entrepreneurship because they're faking for the funk, or someone wanted them to be an entrepreneur and they feel like they have to be, and they don't really want to be. And maybe their real desires are to just work at a job, but they can't like maybe tell whoever is like pressuring them that, and they're like literally stuck in entrepreneurship.
Yeah, shout out to the 9-to-5ers too.
Yeah,
man. Like if you about that life,
I commend 9-to-5ers.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
I don't see nothing wrong with that. People with 9-to-5s who are making real good money out here in these streets, living real lavish.
Right.
Especially with this new work from home.
You know.
So
yeah, pick me up a job.
No, Damari has bounced. I mean, I feel like when you say I picked up a job, it don't be a job. You be like going on like
it's still like freelance.
Yeah,
work.
you like pick up a week contract. But I think like that's what we wanted to chat about today. Like honestly, like we were just gonna free flow with y'all. Like we told you guys, like today all week has been a very, you know, it's been a week, y'all. And I mean, but it's been a good week. We're literally out. We're working, obviously. And I think maybe we need to break down in our next show like what we actually do. I don't even know if everyone really knows. Do y'all even know what we do? Like probably not. So maybe we could break that down. I mean, we're both producers and directors, just in two different fields, I guess. Yeah.
Can we talk about my Atlanta trip though?
Right now?
Sure. Yeah,
No,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know. First off, my first time in Atlanta as an adult.
Oh yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Where did you go eat?
I didn't do none of the food spots like that.
Did you go to Esco's?
Nah, we went to some steakhouse. I don't know. You know, I was just hanging around with. It was a bunch of women producers, so
okay.
They was restaurant to restaurant. I don't know where we was eating at.
There's a lot of good places.
Yeah, it was cool though. Atlanta is not my city. I'm okay, but let's get the entrepreneur shit out so we can talk about the crazy stuff. I do see a lot of upside in Atlanta.
Okay, what is that?
We went to ran into one of my mentors / financial coaches there, Demont.
Okay.
Demont was there. He did a little
a vault session,
a little brunch situation there.
Okay.
It was nice, real nice. A couple celebrities came through, and it was a good little. It wasn't little actually.
It was a nice vibe.
It was a nice vibe.
They definitely have. I literally have. I've never been to like in. Well, I mean, I've been to Invest Fest in Atlanta, but I feel like I haven't been to like how like they have cute little events like that. Like what we do here in LA type of stuff. It
was cool. It was cool. So that was all good. You know, the job out there was good. Shout out to people on the show. Shout out to Miss Pat. I'll say that. And the whole show. But anyway, that's all good and dandy.
Okay.
When I think of Atlanta, I'm just ass.
I knew you couldn't wait wait to get there.
No, you don't understand.
It's like cornbread fed.
No, you don't understand. It was like every 90% of the women out there had just.
Have you been to Houston?
Body, yeah.
Oh.
Better than Houston.
Okay.
Sorry, Houston. Houston. It's just it's more prevalent out there. But I would say this: Houston is a little more on the natural side, whereas Atlanta is like more on like
built.
Yeah, they definitely BBL up. We went to Blue Flame, which is it was funny, but 95% of the girls in there had BBLs. It was the craziest thing in the world.
I ain't gonna hold you. I don't be able to tell half the time. Like,
nah, you can tell.
Yeah?
If you can't tell, it's a whole other situation going. You know them BBLs.
Yeah.
But it was I don't know, it was great.
I'm trying to find dang, what is my friend's she has a mobile
BBL?
No.
She do mobile BBLs? That's crazy. Somebody out there doing mobile BBLs because they got them out there.
I'm so sorry, girl. I wanted to get the name of her. No, she has a mobile daiquiri truck where they come around.
I don't know what that is.
Drinks.
Oh, that ain't got nothing to do with body.
I know, but I just wanted to shout her out.
But shout out to the Atlanta girls, man. Yeah. Y'all, the Atlanta girls are y'all attitudes is decent, which is positive.
Okay.
And y'all bodies is right.
I feel like I ain't gonna.
But I will say this.
Atlanta is cool, but I'm like out here in LA, so I'm not so used to like all the guns and stuff, and I be feeling like it's just bazookas everywhere. Like you just go to the grocery store, niggas in there with a bazooka. You go to the fucking mall, and niggas in there with a bazooka.
Yeah, they definitely carrying out there.
Yeah.
But this was a thing too. I'm sorry I gotta say this, but you can't don't talk to me about no Southern hospitality. It is not there. No, it is not there. Hell to the no.
What do you like? What's wrong down there?
I was so again, this is my first time out there, right? So when I get out there, I'm like, and again, to me, I done been to DC, Baltimore, all of that, and yeah, it's nice and black.
Yeah.
Atlanta is all black, damn near.
Yeah.
But I thought it was like, oh, what up? You know, no, hell no.
They not your friends.
It's not. It is. It's super. It feels super divided. Like even on set, right? Like I was like, oh,
I'm here.
It was us.
And you wore this goddamn LA hat, didn't you?
Of course. Of course. That's me. But no love. It was crazy. No love.
But did the women show you love?
And
no love.
I fuck with Atlanta girls. I say that. I ain't gonna give
That's
myself.
why they wasn't showing you goddamn love.
The niggas out there, the men out there. Hey, brother, I'm with you, bro. Don't But the women, they was very nice.
Oh, well, good. Listen, I'm glad that you had like your very good Houston experience or Atlanta experience. And honestly, I love, because I personally been living my life this way, when you get to have your first experience in a new place that you were paid to go to.
Oh yeah. That definitely made the experience a lot better. So
yeah, we're about to wrap in a second anyway. It just got real loud outside. So but we did want to just briefly like touch on Damari's first Atlanta experience, because at the end of the day, that's pretty lit. I'll be in Houston soon. I'm gonna go see whose bodies are better, Houston or Atlanta. But for you guys, like everyone who's listening, we just want you to like understand, like, if you are out here and you are listening, you listen to our podcast, never give up on your dreams. Like, never throw in the towel. Like, I promise you, if you just keep trucking on, you're literally going to get the results that you want. And don't think that your results have to come today. They may not come tomorrow. They may not come next month. But just keep like pinching at it, inching at it, swim in that ocean by yourself, and I promise you, Yo Bazooka Whale is on his way. Even Ethan liked that one. That was good. Do you have any last remarks to say to the people?
No, yeah, just when you start your entrepreneurial
Entrepreneurial
journey, find something that you like, find something that you love, and just stick with it. You know what I mean? Don't give it 3 months. Don't give it 6 months. Give it a year plus. Really run with it, because no matter what business you start, usually it takes you about a year even to actually start making money and being profitable. So, be patient with yourself, be patient with the business, and that's why it's important to do what you love and love what you do.
Mm-hmm. And if you need to get a side job to do it, get a fucking side job. Like, ain't no one judging you.
Just don't do OnlyFans or porn.
No, even if you gotta do OnlyFans or porn, get it in. Like, what? You can do whatever you want. Okay. Okay, but with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Knowledge is Key. You know where you guys can check us out at. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. And be sure to message us. Hit us up if you ever have questions. We love to hear from you guys. But outside of that, I am Kei Renee. This is Disco. And you have been watching Knowledge is Key.